살려줬어? 살려줬어? 나와. 오프닝 해줄 사람?
나 대한민국에서 이름쇼 없었습니다. WILLBEN 쇼. 대한민국에서 이름쇼 없었습니다. WILLBEN 쇼.
자, 오늘 특별한 날이 왔어요. 특별한 날. 앞에 여기
넷플릭스.
어디? 영어로 해주세요.
넷플릭스.
넷플릭스.
한국말로? 넷플릭스.
오케이. 좋았어. 드디어 왔어요. 박수! 박수 부탁할게요. 넷플릭스 사랑해요. 사랑합니다. 그치? 이거 읽을 수 있는 사람?
나.
오케이.
익스트랙션. 목숨을 걸고 구출하러. 무슨 말이야?
구출. Save someone. Extraction.
조루소 and written by Joe Russo, directed by Sam
샘 해밍턴 아니에요. 그랬으면 좋겠는데.
Hargrave.
샘 하그레이브. 오케이. 아빠 닮았지 않나?
아니요?
윌벤 위키 바로 갈게. 아니요. 야, 오랜만에 영어 너무 어색한 것 같은데. 이 뭐가 문법 다 틀린 것 같은데.
뻔뻔도. 이게 보여줄게.
우와, 정말 똑같아요.
너무 잘 그렸다.
정말 잘 그렸어. 이따가 삼촌한테 보여줘야 돼. 이따가 여기 나올 거야. 아니 지금 안 나왔잖아. 지금 안 나왔잖아. 자, 이따가 삼촌한테 보여줘. 알았지?
1분 남았어요, 저희.
네 분. He's door. He has door. I will leave his door. Door. Hello, door.
Can you hear us?
Yes, we got you now.
Chris and Sam, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on the show today. Thank you so much. Say hi. These are my two boys. This is William. This is Bentley. Say hi, boys. Do
Nice to meet you guys.
Hello.
you want to show them the opening of the show?
English?
In Korean. So what he's essentially said, this is the first of this type of show in Korea, the WILLBEN. They're actually the hosts of the YouTube channel. So
Love it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Excited to meet you guys.
go and sit over there and draw a picture for us. Yeah, show us later.
Bye-bye, buddy.
If you don't mind, could you say hello to the Korean fans out there that have been waiting so much for the release of this movie?
Yes.
Hello, Korea.
Hello, everybody. Hello,
Excited for you
Korea.
to see this movie.
Thank you for all the support. And if you love the first film, this one's going to blow you away. We went even bigger with the stunts and even deeper with the emotions. So excited for you guys to see it.
Now, Chris, you and I have a bit of a previous relationship that you don't know about. I actually interviewed Liam when he was doing Independence Day in Sydney.
All right.
My mother actually gave Liam a job on Neighbours. Jan Russ.
Yeah, of course. Small world, isn't
Yeah.
it? Oh, fantastic.
Absolutely.
I think she gave me a
Very
job
small.
too. I did a one episode guest thing on Neighbours, so I'm sure she was responsible for that as well.
Very small world. Something that's my connection to a superstar like yourself, but that's about all I've got, unfortunately.
Oh, I don't know, mate. I don't know.
Let's get into the movie. Of course, in the previous film, we thought that Tyler was done and dusted, dead, but he's come back to life. What happened there?
Well, when we were shooting the first film, the original plan was that he died, and he was a piece of Swiss cheese by the end of the film. He was riddled with bullets and beyond repair. The studio started seeing the footage and said, you know, we should give ourselves the option to have a sequel because this is looking pretty cool and pretty exciting. So we shot a little tag there which gave a hint that he could survive. And then here we are, and I got to say I'm thankful they did, because the first film being the origin story, but we only really delved into the emotional side of things in one or two scenes, whereas this film we got to really explore who these characters were, what made Tyler Rake tick, what his history was, and why he was the way he was, and that was exciting and new for us and an audience, I think.
Without giving away any spoilers, what can we kind of expect with this story?
Well, I mean, as Chris alluded to, I mean, we're learning more about Tyler's past. There are some new characters that enter the picture that kind of help fill in some of the blanks, like from the first film, of who he is, where he came from, some of those past relationships. And I think by the end of the film, that chapter of Tyler Rake's life will be kind of complete. The redemption story will be complete. And how we get there, you have to check it out on June 16th.
Looking forward to that. Now, in the first film, it was like 11 minutes and change with that long take that we saw. This time around, it's over 20 minutes. Now, I imagine the whole process of that must be intense. Like in terms of sequentially, how do you film something like that? The rehearsals that go into that process. And also, are there any stories that kind of happen behind the cameras, behind the scenes, that you could kind of tell us about?
Well, I can say that it's a very difficult thing to pull off. It's very ambitious, especially going 21 minutes, and it takes months of rehearsals. We shot over a span of 29 days, which many movies are shot in less time than that. But yeah, that was our sequence shoot time. And for me, the challenge, the biggest challenge was how do you make sure you check in with all the different characters involved in that sequence, because it's not just Tyler Rake for 21 minutes. He's rescuing people. You got to check in with them. How are they feeling emotionally? And then we've got a larger team on this rescue mission. We've got Nick and Yaz. How are they feeling? And what's going on with them? And you have the villains. So there's a lot of points of view you have to touch on, and that is a challenging thing to pull off.
Chris, what's it like working with a director who has a background in stunts? Like, obviously, there's kind of, all of a sudden, there's that weight on your shoulders that, you got to take it to another level.
Yeah, it's great you working with someone who, when they're asking you to do something that may appear insane or impossible, they've either done it before or they've done it even bigger. And so there's nothing Sam's asking me to do that he hasn't done before. And so there's a great amount of confidence there, there's a great amount of trust and collaboration. I've worked with many directors who are asking something of you and they don't really know how it's supposed to work. They're relying on the second unit director or the stunt coordinator, the fight choreographer or someone. Whereas, Sam has the wealth of knowledge available to ensure that it's going to be as visually impressive and unique as possible, but also the safety is taken care of.
Sam, for yourself, was there one particular scene or sequence that stands out for you that was kind of like, I'm not sure how we're going to pull this off, but at the end of the day, you successfully did?
Yeah, I mean, the gym, the sequence on like the rooftop with the gym fight and then the fight on the glass awning, there were so many different elements that had to go into that. And, working with actors and stunts at height is always challenging, but you have the safety issues, so people when they're at height are either on wires or you have lots of safety like boxes and stunt mats below, so it kind of restricts some of your movement and camera angles. So trying to make sure that we captured that sequence in a very dynamic way and allow the audience to feel that thrill factor of the height was very challenging to keep it all safe and to do it in a way that was interesting and unique.
In the first film, we've seen you save the life of a drug kingpin's son. In this scene, we've seen gangsters' children. Now, as a father yourself, Chris, like in this role and working with kids, does that make it any more difficult or does it make it easier to kind of, prepare for this role?
I think the emotional commitment or requirement to tell a story like this, having children myself, there's certainly a direct connection to that. I mean, children, the most vulnerable of us all and the ones that need protecting the most. And so there's something that certainly with Rake's backstory, having left his son, having lost a child, there's a parallel and an instant connection there with these kids in this film, and it's part of his redemption story. And yeah, as I said, for me personally, and I think for just about everybody, you know, when kids are in trouble or in danger, it resonates with an audience immediately, and you know, it allows us to, I guess, relate, empathise with the situation and the risk and the stakes that we're seeing on screen.
Awesome. Guys, thank you so much for taking the time. Quickly, just want to, William and Bentley drew a picture of your posters from the film, Chris. If you want to show, Chris, so William drew this one at the back here. Can you see that? So this is William's rendition.
Well done,
that's
William.
Awesome, mate. That's better than the real thing.
And Ben drew the one with the flames in the back of the poster. Ben, at the camera,
Cool.
Nice work, mate.
Nice work, buddy. That's awesome. Well done.
This is a shield and this is a fire.
Okay. Thank you so much. Say bye to them. Say bye, Chris. Bye, Sam.
Bye, Chris. Bye, Sam.
Thanks, guys. Congratulations. Good luck with it all.
Pictures. I have more pictures.
I'll send them an email.
No, I want more pictures.
All right. Thanks, guys.
No, here.
We'll take a photo and we'll.
It's okay.
That's cool.
우리 윌벤쇼에서 이렇게 헐리우드 스타 처음이잖아요.
I wish I lived with Chris.
아, 크리스 햄스워트하고 같이 살고 싶다고? 그거는 본인 마음대로 할 수 있는 거 아니에요.
Because I like that. I like
저
it.
집은 또 애들도 있고 거기 일단 같이 살고 싶다 해도 뭐 마음대로 되는 거 아니야. 10년 후에 아빠랑 그 영화 같이 봐. 오야. 같이 보자. 알았지? 마지막 마무리 해줄 사람.
나.
해봐. 제발 지금 타일러를 알아러 와서 좀 구해줬으면 좋겠어. 제발. 나는 좀 익스트랙션 좀 해주세요.
살려주세요. 언제?